Relying solely on public listings is like fishing in a pond that's already been overfished. To secure the best investment properties, you need to cast your net where others aren't looking. Setting up a tailored MLS search with your realtor ensures you're the first to know about properties that match your investment criteria. Missed opportunities can cost thousands in potential income. Let's explore how to set up an MLS search that keeps you ahead of the competition. When I started investing, I manually scoured listings daily, often missing out on the prime deals. And maybe this is you as well. You're going to MLS.ca, or maybe if you're in the US, you're going on the MLS in your area every evening after the kids are in bed, maybe a few times a week. You're going to be missing out on those deals too. And it wasn't until I collaborated with my realtor to set up a customized MLS search that I began to see timely opportunities. There's one story here that I love. And so we had this MLS, I don't know why I keep saying MLS search set up, and we saw something come hit I don't know why the selling realtor put this on the MLS at, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. Really strange, because at least here in my area, and I used to be a realtor, we would, traditionally release things Friday morning for the weekend. And so maybe it was a rookie mistake. But I'll tell the story. What ended up happening is we get this alert. We see this property come on the MLS, and it's a really solid duplex. It had to be a mistake. It was maybe like literally half price. So we call our realtor, who's really good, willing to go out at 10:30 at night. We jump and drive to the property, and can't believe our eyes. Solid foundation, built in the 1960s, in an area where all the properties are maybe, early 1900s, and purpose-built duplex. So what's the catch? So we put an offer in, and we find out that it was a divorce. And I guess one of the partners was trying to dump some assets. So instructed his realtor, go ahead and put it on MLS. I don't care if it's a Wednesday night. Long story short, we offer full price. We get it for half price though, to the point that the bank actually thought that there was something wrong with the property, okay? My point is, if we didn't have the MLS search, there's no way we would have had that opportunity. So how can you benefit from this? You need to understand the power of the MLS. Let's go back to definitions. I keep calling it MLL for some reason. MLS, multiple listing service. It's a comprehensive database that's created, maintained, and paid for by real estate professionals to help their clients buy and sell property. Now, for access, only licensed real estate agents and brokers who pay dues or membership can list and access the full MLS data. I know now, back then we couldn't, I'm dating myself, but in 2007, when I became a realtor for a few years with Century 21, we didn't have the online MLS, and they had this newspaper that would come out every week and you'd see the listings there. Now that everything's online, the average client, you as well, can go and look at MLS, but that's not the full data. That's just what the public sees. Any real estate agent and broker can go in, they can see things like taxes, they can see a special write-up that the other agent gives them, the non-public one, the thing about what the story could be or when showings could start. They can see the full history. If you're looking at a property on the MLS, you can't tell how many times it's been there, if it was just relisted or it expired 2 months ago and now it came back onto the market. Those are things that are really powerful. And if you had set up an MLS search with your realtor, you could actually go back and search your email, maybe plug in that property address, and then you can see the history yourself. So what's the advantage of the MLS? It provides real-time updates and ensures everybody, especially you, are informed about new listings immediately. Number two, you want to collaborate effectively with your realtor. Okay, you want to define clear criteria. What property type are you looking for? A duplex, fourplex, a multifamily, the desired neighborhood or the MLS zones? What price range are you looking at? Now, you want to consider setting a higher maximum to catch any kind of price drops. And then, of course, most importantly, what number of bedrooms and bathrooms are you looking for? And you also want to be flexible. You want to avoid overly restrictive parameters so that you can assure a broader range of potential deals. And what I mean by this is start with maybe just 3-bedroom, 3 baths at, I don't know, 700,000 when you know that your price point is 600,000. And if you get hundreds and hundreds of properties, then you can tell your realtor to dial it down. But if you start with 250,000 to 300,000, 3-bedroom, 1 bath with, full finished basements, and you get one deal coming through a week, then you're too restrictive. All right. You want to leverage advanced search criteria as well. Now, the keywords here are things like motivated seller, price reduced, needs TLC, that's my favorite one, or handyman special, to identify potential bargains. But of course, that's if you're in the market for a fixer-upper, or you're heavily into the burrs like I am and was, okay? Days on market. You want to filter for properties listed for extended periods, indicating possible negotiation opportunities. Property status. I had already mentioned this. That's really, really critical. There could be coming soon, or back on the market statuses, pending sale. There's a whole bunch of different things, expired listings, like I said. And then monitor often and adjust your search criteria. Regular reviewing this is going to assess the effectiveness of your search criteria, and then set up a feedback loop. Discuss with your realtor any adjustments based on market trends or personal investment goals. You want to stay informed and use the MLS data to understand market dynamics such as average days on market and pricing trends. And then, of course, act promptly on opportunities. You want notifications set up, instant alerts for new listings matching your criteria. That is absolutely key. And like I said, if I didn't have that on that Wednesday night 25 years ago, there's no way we would have had that and made like literally tens and tens of thousands of dollars on a single property. That was rent ready, by the way. Preparedness. Have financing and decision-making processes in place to act quickly. I mean, it's great. You're going to watch this video. You're going to set up all these MLS search criteria. And then what's going to happen? A deal comes in and you're not even pre-approved for financing. You don't have your income statements ready for your bank. You haven't talked to your mortgage broker or your mortgage professional to tell them what you're doing and asking them, and this is really important, how much time do you need based on my current financial situation for me to have to put a financing condition in my offer to purchase? Okay, I'll say that again because I think I should almost cover this in another video. But when you have, and you're actively searching for a property, you need to go to the bank. You need to get either pre-approved for financing. But more than that, you need to ask that question to your finance professional. How long will you need, ideally, worst case and best case scenario, to approve me when I actually buy a property? Because you need to be able to put that time delay built into your contract. And if they say 3 weeks, then you might have to choose maybe to put a cash offer in, assuming, of course, that you have backup plans or you have private investors. Again, completely different podcast. You want to follow up regularly with your realtor and communicate with them to stay updated on potential deals. Talk about the expireds with them. Hey, what happened to that property? I don't see it anymore. Oh, I think it expired. Great. Let's go see it again. Let's put in a lowball offer, right? Maybe they're going to be motivated. All right, let's summarize what we just talked about here. A well-structured MLS search is a super powerful tool in your investment toolbox, in your arsenal, if you will, and it provides timely and relevant property opportunities. You want to collaborate closely with your realtor and ensure that your search adapts to market changes and personal investment strategies. And yes, get a realtor working with you. Don't just be a consumer and going on MLS and being that client that nobody wants because you're calling each realtor and looking at their listings and asking. You need to get representation. I don't think you'd want to go to court alone. You need to have a realtor. Okay, that's my opinion, of course. A buyer's agent is another thing that they call them. And again, you wouldn't try to go to court without representation. Why would you be calling all of these other realtors who are, by the way, represented by the seller? Okay, you want to have somebody on your side, and you want to have somebody that's going to be able to then give you any kind of pocket listings because they are loyal to you, because you're being loyal to them. So make sure your realtor, you have a search criteria that adapts to market changes and your investment strategies. So if you found this episode helpful, maybe subscribe to your newsletter for more insights and tips on building your rental portfolio. And for personalized advice, don't reach out to me, reach out to your realtor in your area to set up and refine your MLS search, and do it today.